That's the classic move, investment properties. Think of it as your financial Swiss Army knife, one tool, many possibilities.
The biggest risk is that your home is acting as a security in this transaction.
Is equity an investor's secret weapon? Joining me are Westpac home loan specialist Kaili Watkins and Lachlan Vidler, director of Atlas Property Group. Let's just jump straight in. Kaili, what the heck is equity anyway?
Yeah, that's a great question. I can help explain that one. So if you've been paying down your mortgage or your home has increased in value, you've probably built up some equity. A simplified way of understanding equity is to imagine that you sell your current property and pay off your mortgage in full. Equity is the amount of money you would have left over. The Westpac Home Equity Calculator can help run the numbers for you as well.
Okay, so if my house is worth $1 million and I owe $300,000, my equity is $700,000?
Yeah, exactly. That's what equity is. But other than equity, we then have usable equity. So when we're talking about usable equity, most lenders will let you borrow up to 80% of the value of the home. So in this situation, you might have the $1 million house, but because you owe $300,000, you could have usable equity up to $500,000.
Great. So I could use that $500,000 loan then for what? For buying another house?
Yeah, that's the classic move, investment properties. But you could also renovate, consolidate debt, or fund a business. Think of it as your financial Swiss Army knife, one tool, many possibilities. For example, the Westpac Home Equity Calculator helps investors understand their property's values, any equity they might have, and their amount of usable equity. And our home loan specialists can help them understand their options off the back of this.
So if I do decide to buy an investment property, Lockie, what about the deposits and then the stamp duty?
It's a great question, and that's why equity loans can be so powerful. So an equity loan can actually help you to cover those costs, unlike a traditional mortgage, which is fantastic because those costs can sometimes be the biggest barrier of entry for most people.
Okay, so what do lenders look for when approving these loans? I assume borrowers do need to meet some criteria.
Yeah, absolutely. There are a few things we want to see. So a good credit history, meaning you've shown that you can borrow money and pay it back on time, a steady income, and enough income to make sure you can still afford the repayments, even when interest rates go up.
Yeah, well, look, it is definitely important for borrowers to understand that interest rates will fluctuate. But Lockie, what is the biggest risk for somebody looking to go down this path?
It's a great question. And from my point of view, the biggest risk is that your home is acting as a security in this transaction. For example, if property prices were to suddenly plummet or you couldn't keep up with your repayments or some other circumstance was going on, your home is acting as a security in this transaction, which means in the worst case scenario, you may actually be forced to sell the property to repay the debt. And that's why it's so important to have your safety buffers in place.
Safety guards like witness protection? No, I am just kidding. But Kaili, what is the real backup plan here?
Yeah, a little bit less dramatic. Ideally, there'd be 3 to 6 months of emergency savings to help cover loan payments. Many also purchase income protection insurance, and it's always wise to ensure that overall, any other investments you might have are solid. Our team of home loan specialists are here to help navigate these situations, and it's definitely not a one-size-fits-all approach. If you're keen to consider something like this, then it's worthwhile having the conversation.
So then why even take the risk at all? Shouldn't people focus on paying their first home before they go out and get another one?
It's a good question, but I think that it's about whether you're being strategic or not. If you're being really strategic and the value of your property has grown, you can now look to utilize that equity to go and make an investment into another property. And by setting yourself up in this fashion, you could get to the end of a mortgage term and you've actually put yourself in the position to own 2 properties completely unencumbered and outright.
Okay, so then what is the key to doing it more safely?
I would start with 3 tips. Make sure you can afford repayments at a high interest rate. Secondly, use the loan for investments that could make your money or be worth more over time. 3, have some money set aside as a buffer in case things don't go to plan.
And I would say that you never want to borrow just because you can. Overextending yourself risks your home, and you need to make sure that you have your safety buffers in place. And speaking with a financial advisor is a great way to make sure that you're in a comfortable position.
Look, absolutely, because it is important to remember that equity isn't free cash. But it sounds like to me from this chat that it is a real balancing act between the opportunity side of things, but then also the discipline. So thank you both so much for coming on. You've been really great.
Thanks for listening to The Buyer's Handbook. Join us next time for more answers on the topics that matter most. For more help with your property journey, head to the Westpac How to Buy Hub on realestate.com.au. Conditions, credit criteria, fees and charges apply. Residential lending is not available to non-Australian resident borrowers. This information is general in nature and has been prepared without taking your personal objectives, circumstances and needs into account. You should consider the appropriateness of the information to your own circumstances and, if necessary, seek appropriate professional advice.
Real Talk acknowledges the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and their connections to land, sea, air and community. We pay our respects to elders past and present.